All right, so yesterday we looked at how do you do division of exponents when you have expressions up there. So we're looking at kind of the same thing here, looking at expressions and just going to go through a couple of examples of that. So our first one we've got is 4t to the third r to the fifth. All of that is to the second, all over 2t to the third g to the second. First step I would look at is going to bring this 2 into everything so that we distribute that out. So we have 4 squared t to the sixth r tenths. Make sure you're multiplying those together. At the bottom, you'd have 2 t to the third g to the second. So by going through here, we can kind of look at reducing this. I would figure out what 4 squared is, so that's 16. And we've got t to the sixth and t to the third, so that can become a t to the third. R to the 10th, stays the same because no other r's. All over 2. Because we subtracted these out, we can kind of get rid of those. That 3 t to the third's gone. We have a 2 and a g to the second on the bottom. One last piece I would do is I would divide the 16 and 2 out. 16 divided by 2 is 8. So your final answer would be 8 t to the third r to the 10th all over g to the second. And our bottom one here, 1 over r to the third times r to the 12th. So multiplying those, you would get r to the 12th over r to the third, because remember when you multiply fractions, they go straight across. If nothing on for the r to the 12th, it'd be r to the 12th over 1. So then we can just subtract those, 12 minus the 3, to get r to the 9th. Just a quick review from yesterday. All right, so next thing we're going to look at is, how would you write this out? R, expanded form, simplify this. How would you write r over s to the fourth? So when you're doing exponents, remember it's going to be r over s times r over s times r over s times r over s. And you multiply straight across. So r times r times r times r is r to the fourth. And s times s times s times s is s to the fourth. So there is a shortcut to this. Thinking about what that shortcut might be, when you have the whole thing, it gets distributed in to both of them. So r to the fourth, s to the fourth. So our second one down here, we have 2y to the third over y to the second. I could write that out. So it would be 2y to the third over y to the second times 2y to the third over y to the second times 2y to the third over y to the second, which would give me 2 to the third y to the, now since we're multiplying these, we're going to add the 3 plus the 3 plus the 3, so that's a 9, all over y to the second, y to the second, y to the second, so it's y to the sixth. And again, we can subtract the 9 and the 6 to get 2 to the third, y to the third as our final. The easier way to do that is to skip right from this step to that step by doing that distribution. So that would make the 2 to the third would come from that. Y to the 9th would be that distributed in. And then y to the 6th on the bottom would come from that. All right, so the general rule for this is a over b, that whole thing to the c, is going to be a to the c power times, or over, b to the c power. Make sure you write that down. So a to the c over b to the c. All right, so I want you to try this one on your own. I'll give you a little while, so pause the video, give you a chance to try it, see how you do. It's pretty complicated, but give it a shot. Hopefully you had a chance to try it, so we're going to start working on this one together. So first thing I would do is let's distribute that 2 in. So the 2 gets distributed into absolutely everything. So to that y there, and also to the r. So what you get on top is 7 squared, y, so now 3 times 2, because it's a power to the power, so that's 6, z squared, all over y squared r to the second. So all of those get distributed in. So now we start kind of eliminating what we can. So 7 squared, since that's a pretty easy one, we'll leave that as 49. so 7 times 7 is 49. Our y to the 6th and y to the 2nd, so you do that 6 minus 2, so that's y to the 4th. Our z to the 2nd has nothing to subtract from, so it'll stay on top. And it's still all going to be over r to the 2nd. I hope you got that one right. We're going on to the next one. So here's our next one, the one more complicated. I would pause it so you can try it on your own, see how it goes. Then we'll get back together. All right, so first thing I would do is I would look at bringing that 2 in, this 2 right here. So this 2 right here, I would bring that into everything. So we have 2s to the 4th still, all over t, times 2 squared, because that's 2 to the 2nd, t to the 2nd, because we're bringing that 2 in, all over s to the 2nd. So now I start combining things. So we've got our 2's. So we have a 2 here and a 2 there. So 2 to the 1st times 2 to the 2nd is 2 to the 3rd. That's 2 to the 3rd. S to the 4th, t to the 2nd, because we can't combine those until they're there because they're different letters. So now on the bottom we just have s squared and t. Notice I put those in alphabetical order. S comes first, then t in the alphabet. So now we just have to simplify. So our 2 to the 3rd, I'd make that an 8, because 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. We can subtract our s's. So we have s squared. So this s to the 4th minus that s to the 2nd would be s squared. And the same thing here would be just 1t. All right, we will see you tomorrow in class. It's pretty complicated stuff, so in class tomorrow, make sure you're asking questions if you're doing this. There's a lot of things going on. A lot of different mistakes can be made. So make sure you're asking questions.